Welcome in, along with Mike Renner. I'm Steve Palazzolo, and this is your Clelin Ferrell NFL Draft Profile, all powered by PFF Edge and Elite. Coming into the season, Mike, Ferrell was getting a lot of first-round hype, much like a bunch of other Clemson defensive linemen. Still could end up as a first-round player for us. Fringe first, second-round type of player. What have we seen on film?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to like in Ferrell's game. He uses his hands extremely well. Ideal build, 6'4", 265, long arms. You like that a lot. It can play in basically any scheme with that sort of size, but you just don't see the high-end sort of plays. He doesn't have that high-end explosiveness. You think he might be able to, with that size, be a good bull rusher, but it didn't show up a ton on tape. Didn't have a ton of bull rush pressures this past season. So we like him, we just don't love him. We're not going to get on board the first round because, like we said, we don't see that high end from him.
Yeah, one bull rush pressure every 345 pass rush attempts, according to my PFF draft guide, all a part of your Edge and Elite package.
One all last year.
Yes, that's one the entire season. I also, when you look at the multiple years of grading, coming into the year, the fact that he was getting first-round hype, we said, let's pump the brakes a little bit. He had an 82.9 overall grade in 2017. That's solid. 73.2 pass rush grade. That's okay. He did improve it to 89.7 last year. That's great. Big jump forward. But still, when you're looking at that 2 years of production, you compare it to some of the other high-end players in the class, just a step below what you'd like to see for a guy that you're talking about as a first-round pass rusher.
Yeah, and he goes to the combine, does all the drills, but doesn't run a 40-yard dash. Then goes to his pro day, all of a sudden an ankle injury pops up, doesn't run a 40-yard dash there, and on tape he's not necessarily explosive off the line of scrimmage. That's concerning in terms of I'm not sure if he's going to be able to translate with his athleticism. He's somewhere on that Shaq Lawson, Kevin Dodd spectrum of defensive ends there at Clemson, where not necessarily the high-end athleticism you want from the position, not necessarily explosiveness that's going to translate to the next level. You love his hands, you love what he can do in that regard, but he's not so dominant there on the Nick Bosa level that you're going to draft him, that we would draft him in the first round.
And then we've seen solid run defense grades for him. So, if you're talking about these guys, if they can't translate as an elite pass rusher, you at least want to see them play the run. He's done that well, at least his last 2 years at Clemson.
Yeah, and I think that has value in and of itself. That's why we're still high on him. We think if nothing, you're getting a good run defender, a solid player off the edge. And he has high-level games. He beat up Notre Dame in that bowl game, had a couple of nice reps against Jonah Williams, but overall, in that national championship game, I think that's who the player he is. Only a couple wins that entire game. Did not really dominate. Jonah Williams got the better of that interaction, and so that's why I think going to the next level, he's going to see better tackles, and I don't think he's going to be able to win at that consistently high level.
Sounds like solid across the board is the key here. He's our number 5 edge defender. On our draft board is your Clelin Ferrell NFL Draft Profile, all powered by PFF Edge and Elite.